where I was going with the guy. So you're going to hear me say third-party impartial witness. You're going to hear me say no hard evidence, no facts, da 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 da.
Let me know when you're ready.
And then I say to them, this is a fun one. I say to them at the very end, I say, let me ask you a question. Is there a public law that Frank violated or Frank broke, a fraction of a public law? The attorney said, yes, numerous public laws. I said, I totally agree with you that he broke numerous public laws. Hundreds, if not thousands of millions of public laws and decent liberties that are done for a child. Sir, did it occur in the public or did it occur in the... Can you use... Can you use traffic law in divorce court? That's right. You're in the wrong venue, you're wrong jurisdiction here. Can you use public law in a private matter? It's against the law to be naked in the public, isn't it? Is it against the law to be naked in the private? Can I take a naked shower in the middle of the Walmart parking lot?
You can, but please.
Can I take a naked shower in my home? Public laws cannot extend into the private, can they, sir? Then he explodes. Because he realizes, he knows, now that I know, and his duty is to run back to the court immediately and saying, I'm Frank's attorney. You're moving under the wrong law.
Yep.
You got traffic law going here, buddy. You got divorce law going here, buddy. You got tax law going here, buddy. You got public law going here, buddy. When it happened in the private, where this jurisdiction can't control what's going on in the private.
Wow,
So voluntary.
Where are you up this station?
He exploded. Listen, you're going to love it. But now you got a little background of where I was going.
Not really, what?
Because he said that
Just listen to this first.
he had a hearing on Thursday, back on the 18th.
March.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah,
And that they said that there was no pornography or pictures found in the computer.
That's not, well, that wasn't mentioned at all at the hearing. But I told him that my understanding was they had found any pictures.
Right. I talked to Sheriff Smith last night for a little while, you know, about Michael Rowan and the investigation.
Okay.
And they said there is no pictures. And they said they sent it out to have another county take a look at it as well. I said, that's fine, sir. I said, the only problem is if you go to YouTube, and you YouTube Michael Rowan's name, and you Google my name on there, and it'll say, during Frank's arrest, I videotaped Frank's arrest.
Okay.
And Michael Rowan clearly said, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that he's got pictures and he's got proof. He'll come back and show us the pictures.
Okay.
Okay, Michael issued out a warrant based on that belief. Michael never had any photos. Michael never had any proof. Yet he said he did. And it's on video. It's not my word, he said, she said, and I'm just a clown, and Michael's a duly sworn citizen, officer of the court, and he would never lie. Well, Michael obviously lied.
All right, well, that really, whether he lied to you or not, doesn't really matter.
Oh, why not?
He's a hell of a lawyer.
Because we have a statement from Frank.
Okay, the statement.
Frank gave a statement.
Frank gave a statement that he was told that if he cooperated and he did what they told him to do and say everything that they told him to say, that he'd be let to go home. So Frank said, agreed to every single thing that they said that he did. That he did this, he did this, he did this, he did this.
Understood.
And then when he was in the sheriff's department, and he said to the sheriff, you know, Michael Rowan, everything, fine. You know, you're just going to give me counseling, and you're going to let me go home. I got to winterize the farm. Well, the pipes are going to freeze. I really got to go home. Fine. You know, did I do everything you wanted me to do? You said you let me go home, and you know, I'm free to leave. I could go. What do you think Michael did when he said after Frank confessed?
I've got both. I've seen both of his statements. I've got them.
No, I'm saying after Frank confessed to whatever 10, 20, 30, 100 of these heinous acts, do you think they let him go home?
Right. But
Did they let him go home?
Right.
Did they?
I believe he was arrested.
No, he went home.
Okay.
Okay, so he went home, and he went home where my daughter was. They knew Frank had a gun. and he still let him go home. So obviously they didn't perceive him to be that big of a threat.
Well, I don't think your daughter was there at the time. She was already in foster care at the time.
No, she wasn't. She was not.
Okay.
No, she was helping Frank load up the computers into the vehicle, into his vehicle, to bring it to the police department.
All right.
Okay, she was not in custody. Okay, the police were investigating Frank for 3 weeks. Okay, and Frank was never taken into, the children weren't taken into custody, and Frank didn't have an order not to turn up to his house. He just didn't come back because my mom said, can you just stay away until the investigation? Okay, so like I said, bottom line, the police officer said he has the pictures, he's got the proof. Okay?
No, it's definitely related to two charges of child pornography. And Frank admitted that he took the pictures. Now, if they can't prove that the pictures are pornographic because they don't have them, then those two charges are going to go away. But that doesn't negate all the other charges that Frank admitted to about touching the girl.
I didn't say anything about whether he touched the girl or not. I didn't say that to you. I mentioned something about child pornography pictures.
Right. And I'm telling you this, as I told Frank, if they don't have the pictures, those charges, we're either going to beat them or they're going to drop them.
Okay, were you aware that my child attempted to commit suicide on Friday? She's now in a mental institution.
I was not.
Okay, well, see, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to explain to you people. You people don't seem to see what's going on, the dynamics that is going on here. You're dealing with a girl who's going to be now considered certifiably crazy. Because okay. Now he said, she said words. And the police department just asked the parents, does this child have a propensity to lie? We would say, absolutely. She does some very interesting, she has some very interesting mental behavior quirks. Okay, so now how's Michael Rowan going to put on his, as his, cross-examine, the only person that's accusing him of doing anything wrong is a mental patient and an infant.
It's a mental patient and an infant who gave a statement that is consistent with the statement that Frank gave.
Frank gave the statement, and Frank wishes to withdraw his statement. He doesn't wish to have...
He can withdraw his statement all he wants, but the fact is they're going to use it against him.
Okay, if the statement was given voluntarily, why can't he withdraw it voluntarily?
That's not the way it works. I mean, he made a statement, it's evidence against him. So he can now testify that I lied when I gave that statement, or I only said it because I thought, that's the wrong one to hear, or he can explain the statement, but they're still going to use it.
So he's not going to be able to rely on the Fifth Amendment and say that he doesn't have the ability to not testify against himself. They're going to use his testimony against him.
That's not testimony. Testimony is when you give it under oath. He doesn't have to testify against himself under oath. That's a statement he gave during the course of an investigation.
Okay, so it was a statement that he gave, and he said that, and Frank knows the definition of pornography.
I just told you the pornography charges are, if you don't have the pictures, they're probably going to go away. That's the least of his problems.
Okay, so what?
It's all the counts of aggravated sexual battery that are his problem.
Okay, so when aggravated sexual batteries, they're a third-party impartial witness that the prosecutor's going to bring forth.
The witness they're going to bring forth is the young lady that said everything that happened, and the other evidence is going to be the statement that Frank made to Officer Boone. Okay, that's going to be the whole case.
And are they going to have any kind of form of damages? Because no action could rise without damages. Is there any damages? Is there anybody coming forth and claiming that there's damages?
What do you mean damages? The law, this isn't a civil suit, this is a criminal suit.
That's right.
It's against the law to touch a child the way Frank allegedly did.
Does he know?
He was under the age of 13.
Is it a public law?
It is, it's a public law.
Okay, where did this alleged incident occur?
What's your point? Frank's attorney. I don't have to be grilled and listen to your questions. I'm not obligated to answer your question. What's the point? I returned your call, and I'm asking you, what is the point of your call?
The point is that Frank wants me to put paperwork in his behalf for the court.
He wants to what?
He wants me to file motions on his behalf, or at least put notices into the court on his behalf.
Well, you don't do it. I'm his attorney. I do stuff in the criminal case on his behalf. I don't know what you're doing on the civil side or anything else that you've got personal against Roan. That's none of my concern. My concern is to defend Frank in this criminal proceeding, in this very serious criminal proceeding.
That's right. And what I'm asking is some very simple, common criminal procedure that you would try to take into court, and you just try to say, is there a third-party impartial witness to verify this he said, she said testimony other than Frank's statement? No. So Frank,
to my knowledge, there isn't. And at this point, I'm done talking to you because I don't have to talk to you. I'm Frank's attorney, okay?
Is Frank,
I don't appreciate your attitude or your tone.
Frank wants to file a lawsuit for theft of services on your behalf. He wants to go after you civilly.
Good. He can do that. I'll give him back his money if he wants to get another attorney. I'll talk to Frank about that, but I don't have to talk to you about that.
Because all
I have nothing to you, sir.
okay, what I'm
And
trying,
I don't like your attitude or your tone.
I don't have an attitude, I don't have,
Yes, you do.
all we,
And I don't like it. And I'm not obligated to talk to you anymore. If Frank has any concerns, he can talk to me directly. Understood?
all right, well, he could take,
Understood?
yeah, I got it.
Okay, understood. You're on a radio. You're on a radio. Who you call? You're on a radio show.
Oh, please.